The situation couldn't have been more ominous. The path before them is impeded by an obstacle. The road behind them is blocked by the opposition. The Egyptians are bearing in, and they can't go anywhere. They're blocked by the sea. The Israelites, they cry out to Moses. They say, Moses, why did you bring us here? Why did you bring us to this place to die? Why not just leave us in Egypt? Yes, we were slaves, but at least we had a life. It felt to them that this was the end of the promise, the end of that dream of freedom, the end of stepping into the promised land. Moses looks at them and says this. He says, just stand still. Isn't that the exact opposite of what everything in you would be crying out to do? Isn't that the exact opposite of what human nature says, to stand still in the midst of an obstacle, to stand still in the midst of opposition? I mean, come on, fight, flee, do something, but don't stand there and do nothing. But can I tell you that standing still was not nothing? In fact, it was the most powerful thing they could do. You see, standing still, that was trust. That was obedience. That was belief that God was able to bring deliverance. That was the substance of things hoped for. That was the evidence of things unseen. You see, 24 hours from that point, they were going to be standing on the other side of the sea, and the bodies of the Egyptians were going to be washing up on the shore. Their enemy was going to be brought to the end. Do you feel like right now that you're facing opposition? Do you feel like you've got an obstacle in front of you that you can't figure out a road forward? Do you feel like this is the end of your dream? My friend, I have a word for you from the Lord, and it's this: just stand still. Don't do nothing. Stand still and do something. Stand still and trust. Stand still and believe. Throw your hands up in full surrender to the Lord and say, Lord, I trust you. You see, this situation has not caught you unaware. The Bible tells us in Romans chapter 8, verse 28, that we know that God causes everything to work together for the good of those who love Him and are called according to His purposes for them. You see, Israel, they did not find themselves in this predicament on their own accord. In fact, the Lord told Moses in Exodus chapter 14, verse 4, He says this, I have planned this in order that I might display my glory. God had intentionally set this up. He had intentionally placed the Israelites between the Egyptians and the sea so that He could display His glory. Everything is Father filtered. Everything that you're walking through right now, it's not caught the Lord unaware. It may have caught you by surprise, but not Him. So in the face of your adversity, in the face of that obstacle, trust and say, God, you've got this. I'm going to stand still and I'm going to watch you come to my rescue. I'm going to stand still and I'm going to watch you deliver me. I'm going to stand still and in full faith see my faith get the result that I believe. I'm telling you, my friend, just stand still.